Welcome to UnJustified, where we always cover the truth, the facts, the good, the bad, the ugly, on an unbiased and sometimes very unpopular opinion. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the notification bell, and that way you will receive all of our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for being here, and we do hope you enjoy today's video. Okay, some of you may have already watched the prior video I made on this case. If you haven't watched that yet, please click here at the top and go watch that, and then come back here so you'll know exactly what's going on in this case. According to a criminal complaint, 3 more men were charged Monday with tampering with public records, tampering with or fabricating evidence, and obstruction. Prosecutors alleged that they failed to provide policy memo binders that detail standard operating procedures. Now, according to the complaint, these 3 conspired to knowingly and purposely conceal, withhold, omit, obstruct, or pervert the release of documents. Earlier this month, authorities charged a 911 operator, Leon Lee Price, with involuntary manslaughter in the July 2020 death of Diania Kronk. She was 54 years old. This was based on the dispatcher's reluctance to dispatch her help without getting more assistance, that she was actually going to go to the hospital. Her daughter says today that she believes that her mother would be alive if they would have sent that ambulance. The dispatcher is also being charged with reckless endangerment, official oppression, and obstruction because he questioned the daughter repeatedly through the 4-minute call about whether her mother would even agree to be taken in for treatment. Okay, let's listen to the actual 911 call.
Okay, 911 emergency.
My mom, she's really bad. She hasn't been out of the bed in like 3 days. Ever since she moved in with this guy out here, all she does is drink. She's turning yellow. The last time I saw her was like a week ago. She had lost like so much weight. There's like nothing left to her. And now my brother just said that she's laying in the bed like making noises. I don't know, but we need to get her to a hospital.
I just called 911 thinking that they would send an ambulance to my mom. I told him what was wrong, and he didn't want to send an ambulance, and I pretty much begged him. And I told him that she was going to die if she didn't get help. And he told me to call back after I got there, and I told him that there was no service. And why would I call back if he didn't want to send an ambulance the first time? She hemorrhaged through her esophagus into her stomach. So I feel if she would have went to the hospital, basically, she could have gotten blood transfusions that would have, helped her not die from bleeding. And then they could have done surgery, or at least tried to save her.
Okay, is she willing to go to the hospital?
She will be, because I'm on my way there, so she's going.
Okay.
Or she's going to die.
Okay, is this a police issue, or, because we can't force her to go in an ambulance?
No, it's not a police issue. I'll get her to go in the ambulance. I would take her in my car, but I don't think I'd be able to get her in the car because she can't even move.
Okay, we can't force her to go in an ambulance.
Okay, well, can we just try?
Okay, how about calling us back to make sure she's willing to go before we send resources out there in case she says no?
Okay.
Okay, and then as long as she's willing to go, we'll get you an ambulance out there.
We're begging for help. And for somebody to be on the other end of that phone and decide that he's God for that day, that is unacceptable.
Now the 911 dispatcher, Leon Price, has been charged with involuntary manslaughter after failing to send an ambulance.
My mom should still be here. My life is forever ruined because of a decision he made.
I've got a small rant here, and it's probably going to be very damn unpopular, but I call it like I see it. Number one, the dispatcher shouldn't have even continued asking questions. He should have sent help immediately when he was asked. So do I agree with him being charged? Yeah, damn right. As far as the other 3 being charged, yeah, they were trying to hide things to, I guess, save face, save their ass. I don't know. Yes, they should be charged as well. But I do have an issue with one more thing here, and that is the daughter. She clearly said that her mother is going to die, okay? as well as if you did watch my other video when this very first happened, she was asked why she did not call 911 when she got to her mother's house. She could not find her mother's landline, is what she said, and she did not have cell service at her mother's house. All of that's quite understandable, and I believe it. But here's my thing. She also said when she got to her mother's house that her mother was laying on the front porch nude, talking incoherently. She was well aware that her mother had been binge drinking alcohol for several weeks before this, yet she goes on to say that when she did get back in her car and leave her mother, she did not call 911 back when she got service because she thought it would be pointless. Why would she even leave her mother if she was in that bad situation? And obviously she was, because her brother found her deceased the next day of internal bleeding. She even said her mother was turning yellow. So why would you leave her in that shape and just go home? I don't understand that. Honestly, it seems like not only was this woman failed by the dispatcher, she was also failed by her daughter. And where was the brother that night? He found her the next day deceased. Like, if that was my mother and I was calling the dispatcher on my way to her house, telling them that I knew she was going to die, that she has to have help. And when I got there and I seen her in the condition that she says her mother was in, nude, yellow, talking incoherently, there is no way in hell I would have left her by herself. Now, I have read where this daughter had her children with her, 3 children. And I get that she probably couldn't stay there all night, right? With her mother, whatever. I get that. With her 3 children. So where was this brother? And why not get in the car and go to where you can get signal and say, look, I left my mom. You have got to get an ambulance here. She's talking incoherently, which at that point, they would have to send an ambulance. There would be no questions asked because obviously the woman couldn't make her own decision there. I know this is probably going to be extremely unpopular, and I'm never ever one to victim blame. She is a victim of losing her mother. I get that. And I'm so sorry for her loss. But it seems to me like it's not just the dispatchers and these other people that are to blame. I believe her daughter could have done more than just leave her there and wait till the brother went and checked on her at some point the next day. What do you guys think about this? Thank you all so much for listening. And until next time, this is Unjustified.
Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave us a comment below on your thoughts of this video. And until next time, this is Unjustified.